Good morning, partners.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, Armee. We are gathered um, here today to recognize the trends and issues of the teaching and learning process. English as a foreign language in order to analyze the development of education in Colombia top theoretical discussion. Welcome. The panelists are Fabio Hoyo, Daniela Ramos, Kelly Bolaños, and Leanico. Okay, let's start.
Receive a cordial greeting. Today we will talk about the topic English as a second language in Colombia.
That's right. We clarify doubts about this issue. Fabio, according to the Meng, being bilingual is essential in the globalist world. What do you think about that?
Okay, Daniela, actually it's very true. English has been adapted as the universal language. It is he who has allowed the world to be connected. Therefore, it is necessary that a country will adopt bilingualism. We it simply that we can communicate in both languages, both in Spanish and English. In this way, our country will be competent in actually.
Right, Fabio. We must also consider that the process of learning in question language such as English comprises different important components for each process. In this case, culture. This educational system studies culture as a complement to learning.
Total makes in this issue of the future, it is important to mention competitiveness, since currently the globalization of the world, especially in the part of the economy, a large number of products survive from our country to another country. That makes it mandatory to have the skills needed to communicate in other language, especially in English, to do business. I think that there lies the importance of speaking English that will allow us to be competitive in our work performance.
Yes, partners. That is will the National Bilingual Program. It is aimed at students being able to communicate in English, opening the way to universal communication and moving towards the global economy and culture.
The National Bilingual Program is to carry out an interactive and globalized environment with different nations, important not only for students in their personal and professional fields, but also for socio-cultural improvement. It's also still ranking recognition of our culture and different communities that are part of us. It is important to take into account our indigenous communities and the recognition. Well, let's talk a little about the policy of teaching English in Colombia since its expansion. What can you tell us about it?
Okay. The economic and commercial needs, as you said, in Colombia, each administration has attempted to implement a national scale English teaching plan. In February 1991, the Colombian framework for the English project was created and carried out in 4 years. The COFE project had a grassroots approach to propose change in the bachelor program for teachers or licenciatura to hasten an increase in the number of hours of English. Later on, in 1994, the General Education Law was enacted with a state very broadly and necessary for the acquisition of conversation and reading elements in at least one foreign language. 10 years later, the government launched the National Bilingual Program, Colombia 2004-2019, a national program spanning 16 years to propel the learning of English in both schools and universities all across Colombia.
Okay, is that program currently being developed?
No, the current point is Colombia Bilingue 2014, 2018. This nomination intends to recruit the use of the term bilingual as a distinctive characteristic of the program. CB was officially introduced in early 2015 as a part of a relevant project and as a compendium of more pluralistic analytic strategies connecting three main lines of action. First, teacher education. Second, use of materials. Third, and pedagogical design.
In everyday they say they have spoken of impossible turn to ignore such bilingual in the parts of a globalized world where the English language has been staggered as the most important language. What do it mean for anyone to have the opportunity to handle or speak a second language has important as the English language is out? Fabio. Fabio.
Yes, being bilingual means having more opportunities, opening borders, understanding other two rally or no context, uh, appropriating new knowledge and traveling of in other parts of the world.
Our country, for example, kids to improve the living condition of its inhabitants. The National Bilingual Program is part for its education in English learning for 6 ranking nation of our culture and the differences that English with others languages to respect and tolerate the differences. It's also seeks that a student acquiring English proficiency as a step so that they can interact in no different international environments, allowing the universal communication process, promote a global economy in addition to meeting in competitiveness of national and international markets.
Okay, As you also think it is important and very essential to maintain the connection with different nations. Thanks to this, we can open the doors to tourism in Colombia. This helps to improve the economy in the country and to better cultivate this means interculturality. Kelly, can you give us your concept?
We can define it as the process of interaction, exchange of different knowledge cause parents and pilots between different people and different cultures. Its principle is the recognition of itinerary to build a more demographic society describe and equally value the different modes of appropriation respects between different groups.
Uh, I completely agree with you and take this opportunity to share with you the following statements. Bilingualism is a need that lays the foundation for a growing globalization that has an impact in practically all areas of human relations, among which the most important are labor, commercial, political, and economics. According to this, the Ministry of Education formulated what is now known as the National Bilingual Program, which includes the new basic standards of communication competence in English, considering the Common European Framework of Reference.
Yes, and in this case, the Common European Framework of Reference for Language um, is it's a standard that provides as an international standard for measuring the level of comprehension and oral and writing expression in a language. This defines the language proficiency level that allows students to verify the progress of each learning stage. In Colombia, the Ministry of National Education adopts this level in the implementation of the National Bilingual Plan 2004 and 2019, which includes the new standard of communicate consists of in English.
Okay, I want to end up sharing when you did importance of teaching English in Colombia. English is a global language and it helps people who travel all over the world to communicate without any problem. I don't have a clear picture of what happens in Colombia. If the problem is because of the mentality of people or the state, who has not yet designed a clear strategy to create and and efficient system for teaching English. It is known that learning a second language takes time. It is not something that is learned quickly. We can see that in secondary school only teach English 3 to 4 hours per week. I think it is very short time. It would be good to add more hours to teach this language.
Okay, partners, how good it has been to discuss this issue with you. In fact, we can conclude that English as second language in Colombia is essential. So, as future language teachers, we must strive to provide learners with the necessary motivation so that they are pleased to put English into practice. Thanks for your opinions. Goodbye.
Okay, May.
Bye.
Was a
Bye,
pleasure.
guys.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye.